And it was done by the independent party, not
And
by...
what did you come up with in terms of the...
There were potentially, up to potentially...
Hey, it's hot news today, and if you love seeing politicians hold big banks' feet to the fire, you're in the right place. Today, I've got the showdown everyone's talking about. Senator John Kennedy versus Wells Fargo, in a hearing that went from zero to seismic real quick.
I like you, I believe in the free enterprise system. I think the free enterprise system has lifted more people out of poverty than all the social programs put together. I'm certainly not anti-business, quite the contrary. We all on this panel talk about the importance of jobs. I don't see how you can be for jobs if you're against business. But what I'm curious about is what in God's name were you thinking? I'm not against large. I'm happy when businesses are successful. I'm not against big. With all due respect, I'm against dumb. I'm against a business practice which has Wells Fargo first and customer second. I think it ought to be customer first and Wells Fargo second. I think that's better for the customer and better long-term for Wells Fargo.
Picture it. Kennedy leans in, slow southern drawl, and says, "What in God's name were you thinking?" Right then, you know this isn't your average Senate snooze fest. Let's back up. Wells Fargo, a bank trusted by millions, secretly created about 3.5 million fake accounts over years, all to pad their bottom line. Customers? They never agreed to any of it. Some even got hit with surprise fees and dinged credit scores. Kennedy, he's not having it. He tells the exec, "I'm not against big, I'm against dumb." Ouch. And yeah, he wants numbers, real answers, not corporate spin.
When did this start?
Well, Senator, I completely agree with you. Wells Fargo cannot be a successful American institution. We can't employ 270,000 of what I think are the best team members unless we put our customers first. And there is no question that in our community bank, we had an incentive plan that put selling products first as opposed to customers first.
Nothing wrong with that if it's good for the customer. But when did it start? When did it all start? You've investigated back to 2009, I believe?
Senator, no, the board of directors, the independent board of directors, members of the board, looked back as far as 2002, and that's where they found, and I agree with them, that they saw instances of inappropriate sales activity under that plan. Senator, we should have ended that plan years ago. We made a mistake. There's no question about that. We have ended that plan. We've rolled out a new incentive plan, to your point. In our community bank, that incentive plan rewards good customer service. It rewards providing products in the right risk.
So, how many people were actually hurt? About 190,000 customers got charged for stuff they never wanted.
Ms. Sloan, I appreciate that, and I'm really not trying to be rude.
Sure.
We just have a 5-minute limit, and our chairman enforces it pretty strictly, as he should. Can you tell me this? What's the total number right now of fake accounts you found?
Senator, in our review going back nearly 8 years to 2009,
yes,
we found that because we couldn't call 165 million people, what we did is we used a very conservative set of data metrics to look at, and it was done by the independent party.
And what did you come up with in terms of the...
There were potentially, up to potentially 3.5 million potentially unauthorized accounts.
And that's back to 2009?
That's correct.
And did you go back further than that?
Senator, we couldn't go back much further than that, and the reason we picked 2009, and that's when Wells Fargo and Wachovia came together.
Right.
Wells Fargo made $6 million off this mess. And the credit damage? For some folks, it's permanent.
How much money did you make off of those 3.5 million fake accounts?
Well, again, Senator, they were potentially unauthorized. There were some legitimate accounts in that number, but let's assume that they were all inappropriate.
Yes.
We found 190,000 accounts that we charged fees, and that was approximately $6 million in total, and we've refunded that.
Was anybody's credit impacted?
Not for those deposit accounts, but for the potentially unauthorized credit card accounts. Their credit could have been impacted, and we're in the process of working to correct that.
The exec admits, we had a sales culture problem. But Kennedy's not letting her off the hook. He's relentless. If you can buy credit data to market to people, he says, why can't you buy it to fix what you broke? The answer? Legal mumbo-jumbo, and Kennedy isn't buying it.
And you said you talked to the credit bureaus. Are they being cooperative?
Yes, they are.
You said they weren't giving you certain information?
Well, they can't, when we provide them information about customers, they can't provide us the detailed credit history without the customer's approval. So what they did is they gave us data without the customer name so we could determine.
I thought you could buy it from them.
Pardon me?
I thought you could.
We can't buy it from them, but and that's why it's very important, and an important part of the $442 million settlement, and that's really the linchpin of that entire settlement, is to make it right for their credit histories. And so that's how they're going to be able to get their credit histories fixed. In addition, if they come in to see us, of course we'll go ahead and do that.
Sure.
Right.
Thank you, Mr. Sloan. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you. Senator Test.
This isn't just about Wells Fargo, folks. It's about a system that puts money over people, until someone like Kennedy calls it out on the record. He wraps it up: customer first, Wells Fargo second. Simple, powerful. If you're fired up and want more no-nonsense breakdowns, hit that subscribe button right now. Drop a comment. Do you think these banks care about customers or just cash? Stay outraged, stay informed, and stay tuned to Hot News Today for the realest moments on Capitol Hill.